Well, for the past years, after I became an adult, I left off. I left to go get my own territory. The past years of me being on my own and visiting my adopted parents, the people who taught me this bravery, this encouragement to keep fighting, to keep moving forward. I've tried so hard to show mankind mercy. I was hoping that mankind would show mercy over us kaiju, but they didn't. So, I paid them a visit. I went to every different nation, every different city, village, town, you name it. I went there and I burned their homes to the ground as I stand in the middle of their own territory and watch as the flames raged on. I watched the fire continue to consume everything as I knocked down one building to the next, smashed some tiny houses with my tail and my feet. I crushed them, and I watched them all suffer. But then suddenly, one day, something sort of was changing me. When I went to school, I wanted to visit my adopted mom and my adopted dad. I saw some humans were in trouble. They were about to get eaten by a skull crawler when I saved them. I turned around to start and made an intended to kill them myself, but then again, I saw something. There was a child. Maybe a few days old, but there was a child. I just looked at him for a bit. Didn't even let them to move. They were just standing there looking at me with eyes wide and begging me to not kill them. But I just mainly focused my attention at the baby. But then I realized something. If I kill this kid's parents, he'll seek out revenge on me. And then I realized mankind did what they did because they were afraid. There are some good humans and bad humans in this world, and I've seen that. And I've grown to understand it. And I remember something that my biological father told me once. I'm surprised I still remember it, but he told me that a true king searches for what he can give. A true king, his true power comes from his compassion, his love, and learns to respect other people's lives. Let them live their own lives. Let them be free. I chose to stay on parity because those humans on that island were just like me and my family. My biological family was only trying to be a part of this world by trying to coexist with all the other life forms. But in return, they didn't listen. There are some good humans and there are some bad humans. True king is respectful, honest, protective of his subjects. I see the people of Perry as my subjects, and I will defend them. I will reunite my people that have been running from their entire lives mainly because of the humans that destroyed my home, that killed my father. So I have my reason. I don't think I need to tell you anymore. Ghidorah growled at this defiance and shot his beams at him. Junior fell to the ground, barely weak enough to get up. Gorgier, with her eyes widened, begged King Ghidorah to spare her son. But Queen Ghidorah just held her down. But King Ghidorah didn't really listen. But then, something got his attention. While Junior was on the ground, severely wounded, he turned around to see what Ghidorah was looking at, and his eyes were widened. Aaron? What are you doing here? Get out of here! Aaron looked at Godzilla, while Junior then looked at King Ghidorah, glaring at him. Ghidorah, I know what you want. Junior's eyes were widened. No, don't give it to him, Aaron. Don't give it to him. Just get off of Godzilla Jr. and I'll give it to you. And leave my people and my friends alone. Ghidorah slowly got off of Godzilla Jr. and made his way towards Aaron. I'm glad you finally decided to show yourself, Jaeger boy. It's been a long time since we last met. So it's a shame that I'm no longer inside of your head. So I can't really tell what you're thinking. Now, give me the powers of the Founding Titan, and I'll leave you and your people and your friends alone. Aaron concentrated. He summoned like a little energy ball, which was, of course, the power of all 9 Titans. The Founding Titan itself. Aaron grabbed the little energy ball and showed it to Ghidorah. You want this power so bad? Ghidorah could not to lick his lips. He was waiting for this moment, waiting to get his hands on the power of all 9 Titans. Before he can even reply, Aaron did something quite unexpected. Then take it. Aaron tossed the power of all 9 Titans. Ghidorah tried to grab it, but then at the last moment, Junior opened his mouth and snatched it, swallowing it, feeling the power of all 9 Titans inside of him flowing in his veins. Ghidorah looked at Eren with complete betrayal. What did you do? I did the right thing and that is giving the power of all nine titans to someone who's more worthy of keeping this power. Keeping that power. And that's not you. Junior slowly rised up. He roared out and summoned his burning form. But he instantly went into his golden form that he didn't even know he had. But then changed into something else. Spikes started to grow out of his shoulders. He was growing more massive and more bigger. And at the last moment, something changed. When Ghidorah turned around to look at Junior, his eyes were widened. Junior's spines were now green, and there was spikes all around his end of the tail. There was two large spikes sticking out from his shoulders. And his body was completely like a darkish purple or something. And just like Space Godzilla, he had two little spikes on each side of his face, and there was like a little crown thing on his head. Junior let out a mighty roar and then looked at Space Godzilla dead in the eyes. What the heck is this? I like this new form. Call me Super Godzilla. Super Godzilla punched Ghidorah, sending him flying. And he charged right after him. Was moving faster than an almost Godzilla. He fired his atomic breath, injuring Ghidorah even more, punching him over and over and over and over and over and over again. Stepping on him a few times, he ripping off two of his tails. Then using his atomic breath or a little energy ball from his tail, launching it straight at King Ghidorah, blowing a huge hole or creating a huge hole in his wing. Junior grabbed Ghidorah by his middle head, slammed him on the ground multiple times, breaking his leg, crushing his chest, biting his head, ripping two of them off, and finally ending the fight by blasting his stomach atomic breath right at Ghidorah. Amazingly, Ghidorah was still alive. Junior looked at his opponent dead in the eyes and growled with anger. Leave now, and don't ever let me catch you back on this planet ever again. And just like that, Ghidorah and his men retreated. And just like that, they were gone. Never to be seen or heard from ever again.